Welcome to another episode of Sitting in the Basement talking about fermenting juice. This is less of a substantive episode and just more of an interesting observation that I wanted to share because I'm really into this stuff. So what we've got here is almost the sum total of the juice that I started with. This is a mixture of Kingston Black and Harrison apples. And those three big carboys, those are all just normal cider. Same form factor as these, just bottled cider that you drink. Well, these three are fortified, so there's no fermentation going on. These are all 19%, and all the fermentation has stopped. We're making port out of these, and that is Sesame checking in on everything, keeping the cider safe from the gremlins. So what's interesting here is just how different all three of these look. This is all the same juice. It's all been fermenting for the same amount of time, which is like 3 months or so. Same yeast, everything was together. In fact, these two used to be in the same carboy, that big 5-gallon back there. But what's interesting to me is that this is an example of something where there's no fermentation going on. I put in a bunch of alcohol and it killed the yeast, and that's why it's totally clear. But this is really getting pretty clear as well. I mean, kind of shockingly so. And it's definitely done fermenting. There's no movement, really no bubbles. It's totally clear. But this big one is still obviously fermenting. It's fermenting a lot slower now, but it's still going. And this 3-gallon carboy, there is still just a little bit of fermentation going, and we can tell that it's not as clear. But with this big one, it's still pretty opaque. I mean, you can't see through it, especially compared to that one. And I really wish I could explain why that is, but I can't, so I'm just going to throw out some theories. After all, this is called orthopraxis, not orthonosis. I'm just trying to do it. So I think what's going on is that there's just less nutrient in there than there is in there, by volume, by weight, whatever. And apples are already not super high in nutrients compared to things like beer. And I don't really use yeast nutrient, which I think is why this is still fermenting after 3 months, which is a real long time. I mean, that and the temperature. So yeah, what I think is going on is that just the yeast in there just kind of ate up all the nutrients and ran out. I don't know. That's the only thing that I can think of, because all this stuff started out the same. So if anyone knows why this is or has any idea, please let me know, because I'm just really curious. I check on this every day, and it's been strange to watch that one clarify and finish fermenting a lot quicker while that one is still just chugging along doing whatever.